Hi, Chris Allen here for Hobby Game Dev. What I want to talk about today is a quick tweet reply. It's a tweet that we got from Juan Mora, @ aka John Moore. He says, "Question, sir. If you think what you've done does not work, how do you decide to scrap everything and start again?" It's a good question, Juan. And also, just to say, if you follow that tweet, you can see there's other replies, plenty of other folks, Ian Richard, OMG Alex, Nathan Lovato, and Leon, and other people have chimed in their responses as well. So, as always, this is just one reply, one another developer, among others. And what I want to suggest is that if you're very, very early in a project, and we're talking like 5–10% deep through what you might estimate a project to be, in that case, feel free to kind of back off it, treat it like a prototype. There's nothing wrong with trying a few things out to implement and then seeing if it doesn't seem like a good direction to go on, especially if no one else's time is tied up with it yet. In that case, feel free to table it. And I wouldn't even think of it as scrapping it. Think of it as putting it on the back burner to someday kind of maybe come back to it or borrow from it or use it as a discussion piece for a new project. But ideally, if you're past, say, the 10–15% mark into a project, then I'd challenge you to, instead of thinking about scrapping it, if you feel like it's not working, find a way, think about a way. Can you wrap it up sort of as soon as possible? Can you take just another 2 weeks and tie it off, put a little bow around it, close up any loose ends, and get it ready to put out there? And, so maybe your original vision was much more grand than what you're shaping up to be, but if you had an idea for a game that you thought was going to have 30 levels and 8 different character types and whatever, and it just doesn't seem like the core mechanics that enjoyable, well, especially if you're not doing it as a commercial endeavor, I might encourage you to scale back, try to find a way to finish with what you already got, or to do the bare minimum work left to finish the project. What you're going to get out of that is a combination of practice finishing projects, which is extremely valuable going forward. You're also going to build up a track record of, let's say you want to get a collaborator to work with. They're going to look at the past work you've done, and they're either going to see a long trail of unfinished projects, or they're going to see a long trail of projects that you found a way to get done. And needless to say, collaborators want to work with someone who knows how to get things done. And so it's really valuable, I'd say. If you're really early on, safe to scrap it. If you're later in the project, maybe instead of scrapping it, find a way to tie it up and release it as soon as you can. That's going to be a good filing experience. It's going to help your track record. And exceptions every now and then, no big deal. But you just don't make a habit of doing anything where you bail out on it. And it's also something that, for all you know, maybe it wasn't really working for you, but once you release it to the outside world, it finds an audience. It actually finds a niche of people who really like what you're going for, what you've built. And that can help spur you on to do some updates, to do some extensions, to do a sequel. And so in that way, too, you might find that, maybe you lost a bit of your internal steam, but you find some outside audience helps encourage you to get back into it. So hopefully this has been helpful. This is Chris Allen for HobbyGameDev.com. If other folks have questions, by all means, always feel free to tweet me at HobbyGameDev, and I'll do my best to reply in a tweet if it fits, or if not, maybe a short video reply like this one. And I'll have more content for you soon at HobbyGameDev.com. Thank you.